Hello, welcome everyone to my Minecraft World Tour. This episode we're taking a look at my Season 3 world. Don't really have a name for this world, I kind of referred to it as my medieval village. But it's just its own thing, it's just a village. Like, I kind of call it medieval because the designs of the buildings, but I don't know. I don't really know what you'd call it. You guys can leave a comment below if you want to kind of give me a name for it. But yeah, just going to do some panning shots here, kind of let you guys take it all in, kind of see what you can spot, and then we'll do kind of a I'm gonna do my best to kind of go in order of where I built things, but I'll kind of just fly around and show you guys everything eventually. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of like its own village. It's got I can't talk. It's got walls that go completely around it to kind of protect it from mobs. I did my best to kind of do proper lighting. It's kind of just got torches everywhere, but hey, medieval times, that was kind of the lighting option, so can't complain. But for the most part, it's secure. I didn't really have any problems with mobs during this. It's got a couple open spots, like in the back there by that bridge. There's an opening that led to my tree farm. That island was originally the tree farm, but I never replanted the trees. On the side here, this is like this weird sort of like dirt wall that just built up, and I didn't really build the wall up here because I was like, mobs aren't gonna get in, and I was just like, don't really need to fill it in. And the only other opening I do believe is the entranceway, which is right here. So, pretty secure. Felt pretty safe in this world opposed to some others. I kind of have a tendency to do that. Season 1 I built a wall. Season 2 I lived in the trees, so that was kind of safe. Season 3, wall. Season 4, not so much. That's the risky season. So, this is just pretty much what it is. I'm gonna let it actually get dark because it's pretty cool being in here at night with all like the torches, and I got like some netherrack burning. Overall, pretty cool effect. So I'm gonna fly down here and I'll kind of do the grand tour, kind of give you guys the official feel. So if you're coming through here, this is essentially where I wanted the entrance to be. We have this bridge up here that, well, it's a bridge, functioning bridge, but it's also kind of like a cool sort of gateway sort of deal that you walk through. Put these warning signs for no reason in specific. I remember that when I actually put them, I was saying I have no idea why I'm putting these, but I did. So don't know the deal, but you come through here. The sign here says Modestville. I again don't know why I put that there, but hey, I guess that's what we can call it. So you'd come on through here. I did this sort of gravel, sort of sparse pathway sort of deal, just because I thought it would just add something to it. So you kind of come on through here, and you're just met with a lot of different things to take in. You got a windmill up there, you got just a couple buildings, got a house up on the hill, got a little waterfall here that's coming out of like the mountain, so you got a lot of stuff to take in. But to start off, we're going to take a look at this building right here. This building was my first house, and it was actually the first build in this world, so kind of a big deal. So it was my original house, but again, it was only going to be a temporary house. I kind of have a habit of doing that. So temporary house, turned it into a police station, so you kind of come in here. Wouldn't necessarily say police station, but like, I don't know, like the sheriff or the constable or whoever, they would stay here. That's kind of like what they did, although they don't really have a bed here, but you got like a little counter here, come in, you're like, what do you need, blah blah blah, and you talk to them. Come over here, got some carpet down there, got some horizontal logs. That's actually when the world was made, the update where these were added. This horizontal logs were added to the game, so I kind of went crazy with these. That's why you'll see all the houses have horizontal like log roofs. So I added that in there as a cool little effect. And then if you come over here, you got his desk, little shelf where he's just got some stuff up there. These pigs kind of took over the house, but hey, they can live here. You go down this trapdoor. This was my basement, but I turned it into like a jail cell area. You got a jail cell here, and then you got just like some storage here. I kind of put these crafting benches here to look like crates, and these chests were originally kind of placed in a weird fashion, like stacked on each other and not facing all the same direction, because I wanted it to look like, really inconsistent and messy. I was really going for that effect. Like you can see on the floor, it's not just a complete stone brick floor, it's got like these different spots of gravel and cobblestone and stuff like that. This trapdoor over here leads down to my branch mine, so when I did live here, but it still functions, like it's like a little area that people could go down. You go into the jail cell here, and it leads to a sewer that I made. Someone suggested, they were like, what if the guy broke out and it led somewhere? And so, I kind of went with that, and I turned it into like a little sewer here. I think this is actually a really cool thing. It's kind of like a mixture of, like right here the edges are slabs, Then down here you got the water. The roof above here are slabs. Right here is stair blocks along the edge, and I put like a little hole that leads up to my well, so I can kind of peek up here and be like, what's going on? And then, you know, I got this. The original plan, but it was too much work, so I never got around to doing it, was I was gonna progress the sewer this way, where this like pipe is. I was gonna keep going that way, and there's a ravine out at the very end, and I wanted the sewer to go into the ravine and then drain the water down into it. And I thought it would have been a really cool effect, but it was a lot of work, so I never got around to doing it, but would have been a cool thing to do. So that's pretty much it for my first house. This one's kind of like a lengthy thing to go over. The other ones won't be too bad to talk about. But yeah, first house turned police station. Pretty cool. The roof design's a little funky. I kind of did these little log extensions like one block down. It probably would have looked better if it was higher, but hey, it's its own house, you know, it's its own thing. I added the well pretty far, like after. Like I added it way after the after I built this house. One of the next builds I made, I know I made an outhouse back here. This was one of my more like it was way not way after. It was like right after I built this house. So this is like the second build. It was just, you know, literally just a little water thing. I don't know why. I think I built it for things to build, and I was like, I'll build in the world. So there was that. Oh, the reason there's no button here and stuff like that was because I think this was, I got creeper blasted here. You'll see that's why there's certain spots that are a little weird like that. So yeah, there was that. The next one, this was like the more official build. Well, I think I added this little drain out of the mountain. I think I added that in fairly early, so that was a simple thing. But official build was I built this. This is a blacksmithing house. Not really smart that it's made out of wood, but hey, kind of went with it there. If you're interested in building this, I did this for things to build in Minecraft, so you know it's out there. I think it's between episode 100 and 200. Maybe episode 150 to 200 to be exact. I'm not entirely sure, but if you look through there, you'll find it, or just search, I guess, things to build a Minecraft blacksmith, it'd probably come up. But cool building overall. It's got like the flower pots on the outside, got a little sort of like chimney deal here. And then, you know, if you come over here, you come on in, you're met with like the front counter, along with like item frames that show this is like what he's selling. Like he can make you swords, armor, like utility things like a bucket. You pay him with some gold. If you come over here, you got some furnaces where this is actually where I could do some smelting if I wanted to. And then right here we have an anvil, and then right here is where there was supposed to be lava, but technically my spawn point is just in this area, and it said if I put lava there, if people ever join my world, they might have a chance of spawning in it. So it wouldn't let me put it there, and it really frustrated me because it would have just perfected the build, but it might have also burned the logs down. So maybe it was for the best. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, there was the blacksmith house. Definitely one of the cooler builds in the world. Over here in the corner here, we have, this was supposed to be a potion, like an alchemist's house or something like that. He would sell potions. You'd come on in, there'd be potions up here. Never got around to putting them there. But you got a brewing stand here, you got a cauldron. I guess this is where you'd pay him. And then the door in the back here leads to a just little bedroom, like the alchemist would live here. So there was just this. It's just a building, kind of take up space, nothing too fancy. But the big build, this build right here, is my tavern. Probably my favorite build, if not for my house. This right here is my house, but I'll get to that later. This is probably my second favorite build in the world. Very cool. This was definitely built with inspiration from the game Skyrim. There's a tavern. I think the town's called Riverwood. It's like the first town you go to after escaping just like the beginning where you're gonna get like decapitated and stuff. Like you escape, you go there. They have like a little tavern where like you walk up through like a little step, and it's got this deck on the outside. And I really liked it, and it's not built into a mountain, but I kind of just did the design of it into the mountain. And someone suggested that I put this little potion here as like, you know, it kind of hangs out there, and you're like, here's what's going on, like, you know, you want to get your drink on, you come through here. So that was the sort of suggestion there. If we come on in, you're met with the donation wall. This is where I put this for this season. So these are people that donated. Again, thank you guys for the support. So that's where the donation wall was. Kind of put some carpet in here, did the inconsistent floor. These tables and chairs back here are just kind of like, you know, you're getting your drink on, you hang out, you do that. Counter here for like the barkeep, and then we had 2 bedrooms that people could stay in, because taverns generally have like little rooms that you could rent for the night. So there's just 2 rooms, and like, you know, if anyone was ever in my world, they could actually use these. So, you know, there's not a whole lot to the inside, but it's just one of the builds that I liked a lot better, especially this. Like, even I got this log right here, and I think it adds a really cool effect when you walk up and you just see the bottom half of it. Just gives a really nice effect. It's like a support beam sort of deal. So there's that. So I covered these areas. I added in these weird, like, funky-ish trees. I don't really know. I just wanted to add them in. I thought they looked kind of cool. Got a bench here. Got a well here. Nothing crazy. Over here we have my farm. Like, this is where I would just farm my cows, and I actually put some chickens in there too. So, you know, similar to the blacksmith sort of house style, but instead it's kind of open for the animals. On the side here we have a, I don't know what these things are called. I forgot. Like, are they wagons, or I know they have a specific name, but this is more like one of those Wild West things. But I thought it looked cool, so I just built it in here. It would actually be pretty cool now with horses in the game, because I could like put fences and like attach the horses to it, and they would just hang out front. But it looked cool on its own. So there was that. This right here, I also did this for things to build, so if anyone's interested. This is like a little market area. It's got the wool on each side, just to kind of, you know, give each market stall their own color. So you come to this one, and so you get some food. Pretty sure that's like, it was just supposed to be food stuff. Come to this one. This guy's like a weapons dealer, and this guy's an armor dealer. So they kind of compete with the blacksmith, but you know, they have their own shops. So you kind of got that. Back over here, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like a little fishing hut. I think someone told me to till the land on all these little edges, like it just added a little cool effect. And then I think I added this flowing water deal, and it looks just questionable. I guess it came from up here, and I dug it down and made it come through here. Looks kind of cool, I guess. Fishing duck's kind of weird. It's kind of like that one I made in season 2. It's just like the weird little step up, but you know, it's cool. Kind of comes out, and you can do a little fishing right here. I did put stuff like you get ink sacs, you get cooked fish or raw fish. I kind of did that backwards, raw fish or cooked fish, and then you can buy a fishing pole. Never really put the item frame that showed as a fishing shop. I have a really bad habit of leaving things like unfinished like that, but for the most part the build was complete. Pretty cool build overall. And I was checking to see, I thought I put like mossy cobblestone right there for an effect, but I didn't, so oh well. So there is that. What else do we got? Over here we just got a little, just, you know, just a house. Nothing crazy, just a little placeholder. This is supposed to be like a mailbox. And you know, this is where one person could live. Never furnished it. Oh my god. Can't get around doing it. Over here, this is like a, what is this? These things have names. I forgot. It's like, it's like a haystack ride deal. Like, you attach the horses, and like people would just sit here, and you know, they kind of go for a ride. I forgot what they're called though. I'm really at a loss here. So if you know what that thing's called, then that's what it is. Like, these are giant wheels, and they kind of do their own thing. I just totally forgot what that is. Right here we have a little like minecart station. I did this for things to build also. So you know, if you see any of these cool builds, a lot of them are in things to build. So you know, you could learn how to build it. It's just cool, you know, you kind of come over here. It's supposed to be minecarts in here. I keep one in my inventory, so, you know, you put it on, hit it, and then it just kind of did this, like, little go down thing, because I thought it looked cool. And then it just goes through here. You take, like, half a heart of damage going through there, but it leads to the outside, so that led to, like, a village or something like that. So, cool little thing. Next over here was stuff. I think I did this for, like, Christmas. I don't know if I ever, like, did a Christmas episode, but I built a tree around Christmas, so that's my Christmas tree. Over here is Nova Shock's woodcutting shop, the best thing since Woodbury. Pretty much one of my viewers, Nova, would come into my world, and he would kind of just gather resources for me. I built him a little house here. Pretty sure I did this house for things to build too. This is a very small, compact little house, but looks pretty cool. So, you know, if you have an interest in that, you know, cool little house. So if we go on in, it's very compact. You can see, I think you'll spawn on the roof when you sleep in the bed, but it's not a big deal. You got a furnace right there, and then you have a crafting table right there, along with the ladder that leads up to your bed. So there's that. He added a basement here, and I think I gave him that potato. It's like a poisonous potato. It was just you know, a little memory. And then this is just where he would store like any of his stuff. He has a lot of food. I'm pretty sure I gave him these carrots. I put them in his mailbox. And, you know, this is just kind of where he'd hang out and do his thing. So that was his house. And then he actually built this bridge too. I remember when he built it, at first when he first built it, I was like, what are you making? And then when he finished, I was like, cool bridge. I was like, nice design. So it led over to, this is where I'd have all my trees, and I would, you know, or well, he would farm the trees. So this was his little tree farm area. So there is that. If we continue over here, I made this nice little, this pathway, this weird stone pathway that was meant to be really inconsistent and stuff like that. You kind of come on up, and this is actually supposed to be, I think, a doctor's house. This is where a doctor would live. The bone is supposed to be like broken bones. I don't know. I didn't really know what to put for like a doctor symbol. So if you go on in, actually, time out. Wait a second. I built this house too for things to build, but this was like a farmhouse. There's supposed to be like a little farm crop, like a thing of crops right here, and I think a thing of crops right here. So I don't know the exact episode name, but I know I built this, so I remember. But you come on in. There's like blood on the ground. I don't know what these like little white carpet spots are supposed to be unless I like hid light below them. Can I check? I have no idea then. Those were just there just cause. And you'll see this is where I kind of did like some inconsistent sort of chest placement. Like, you know, they're just kind of facing different ways. Looks like it's all just crowded up. And I would just store random stuff in here. But yeah, that's just like the little doctor's house. Continue going up the pathway. Does like this weird sort of inconsistent deal. Come on up here, we have a guard tower. This is where like the guards would kind of be watching over the town. And you can climb up here, and they can watch for any suspicious activity, anything weird going on. And you know, they could have a whole look around the town. If we go down here, this is supposed to be the building for like the guards' quarters. This is where, you know, the guards would sleep. They pretty much lived. So they got their own stuff in here. You come over here, they got bunk beds right here, and they got chests for storage. So pretty cool little thing. Like they had their own quarters. So. And I didn't really do the wall right here. I just did fence right here. I guess I got a little lazy, but it's right next to the guard quarters. If anyone came through here, they had to deal with them. So it all made sense. Go across the bridge here. Nice little, you know, dual function bridge plus gate. So cool thing. I really like this. It kind of wraps around, does its own like little thing. Comes into the windmill. This is actually where I kept most of my like crops at. I would just have this little farm up here. Windmill did this for things to build also. A lot of these builds are from things to build, but did this. Cool design. You'll see if you ever do watch things to build video, all these horizontal logs are actually vertical because I built it before horizontal logs were added. But being able to turn them horizontally makes it look a lot cooler. So cool windmill design. I don't think there's much in it. Yeah, it's just like there's nothing. It's just a placeholder, just the windmill. I did this thing right here, this whole tipped over tree over the water thing, because I remember I had this like idea. It was like if kids were out playing and they like went on like their little adventure, did their thing, because I remember doing crap like this when I was a kid. Like I remember going through the woods and I would walk over like trees or like tipped over stuff over like little creeks and stuff. So it's kind of meant to be like that, like just this is where like some dumb kids would go and play. So you know, I just thought the tipped over tree kind of added like cool little effect. So you know, you would come on over, looks cool. Then you come over here, I guess, or across this kind of like dangerous pathway with, you know, sparse fences, and it leads up to my enchanting area. This was more supposed to be like some old guy lives up here, and this is like his like little mage hut sort of deal. But you know, enchanting table up here, pretty cool. Kind of had to go for on a bit of a walk just to get to it, but it was cool. And then I'm pretty sure I would actually run across here, because you can run all the way around. Run around here, and we come towards my house and my greenhouse. I also did this thing for things to build. Sounds like I'm really like, yo, check out my other videos, but you know, if you guys see any of these cool builds, there's actually tutorials out there on how to build them. So if it does interest you guys. So this was a cool sort of greenhouse that I made. Well, I don't even know if it's a greenhouse, like glass house, whatever. You know, you'd kind of come through. Cool design, you'd kind of walk through. You got like walkways so you don't step on any of your crops, but it leads to each crop. And you know, you got like your different things. I got carrots here and potatoes. That's mainly what I went with. I didn't care much for wheat. I got all the water on each of the like in between the logs, and I got slabs so you can access them. And I put these trapdoors so you could get to the water if you needed to, but you know, it's covered up, but you still get the cool effect by seeing through the trapdoor. So there is that. I had this sort of, I had a bunch of snow around here too, because I wanted to give it like a cold climate-ish feel. So I did a bunch of that. And I had like little sparse bits of a pathway that lead up here. And pretty much this leads to my house. And this house was based on the house from Skyrim, the house in Whiterun. I do believe it was called Breeze Home. Not the most spot on sort of exact house, but pretty much it was meant to like you go into the house and it's got like a little like kitchen area, and then you go left and it's got some other stuff, and then you go upstairs, and you know, it's just based on that, so just kind of show off the house. I don't think I did a tutorial for this one, but it wouldn't be bad to ever make one because I'm sure people would like to see how to build this. But this is definitely my favorite build in the world. It's a cozy house, and it was just cool, and I really liked it. It was awesome. Got my mailbox here. If Nova would ever give me wood, he would come and just drop it off here. We come on through here. This right here, this cake, easily one of the coolest things ever. One episode I was recording, and I think it was like my birthday at the time, or it was near my birthday. I'm off doing my own thing. I come back, Nova had a sign that said "Happy Birthday, Man" or something like that, and it's like a virtual cake, but it was, to me, it was like just the coolest thing. Like I was so caught off guard by it. I was like, that's really cool and really nice of him to do. So, cause it's like he went off and like I would give him like an axe, like chop wood, and it's like he had to go around and get all the stuff necessary to make a cake. So, very cool thing. So thank you very much for doing that. That was really awesome. But you come on in here, and in the house in Bree's home, there would be like a fire pit. I couldn't do that, or else I'd burn the whole house down. And I wanted to maintain like its compactness, so I couldn't make it spot on. But pretty much you got a little table here. You know, you kind of eat, do your thing. Over here, got my my anvil and just my furnace. And then I had an ender chest down here, which is where I kept my goodies. Didn't really have a whole lot of diamond, but hey, got all my goodies. If you go back here, this is like my little kitchen area. Got some more furnaces, got a cauldron, got my chest. Looks good. Holy crap, I have food. That's a lot of steak. That is mucho steak. And lots of apples too. I had a lot of stuff. Then you know, you kind of go on upstairs, and then you know, you kind of come up to my bedroom. Small thing. Bed is messed up. I would spawn in that window every single time, so it wasn't the most functioning bed, but hey, I loved it. Had my little carpet right here. It's just really cozy how kind of like it's so small and like not that roomy, but I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And then if you come on over here, this was my storage room. You'll see the like inconsistency, like chest here, all turned which way. Some people might not like it. I love it. I love that it just feels like just a cluttered, like a cluttered attic in a way. So I liked it like that. It was a little bit of a pain to find all my stuff, but I'm used to my inventory being cluttered, so you know, I would kind of go through stuff fairly quickly, and you know, be able to do that. It's got a painting there, but that is pretty much the house. It's just a small, cozy little house. It's got this, you know, the upstairs was a slab floor on the upper half of the block, and I had to do this weird, like, as the stairs went up. I think this is an upside down stair, then this is a slab, and then I did more slabs here and like stairs there. It's just a very, very weird, unique house, but I loved it. I thought it was great. And I want to say that's it. Oh, I also did this. I think this was like the last episode before I ended. I made, this was another build from Things to Build, but it's a small little like castle, but this was supposed to be like a bandit fort. Like if you ever played Skyrim, you'd come across like these little castle like fortress areas. So I built this. This is like the bandits that would kind of overlook and try to terrorize my village. And if you come on over here, this was like a little bandit camp where they would prey on unsuspecting visitors to my town. You know, pretty much this weird contraption, which you might not recognize as a boulder. It's supposed to be a boulder that's like precariously on the edge here that's gonna fall. These levers are supposed to be like sticks that were like jammed, like wedged in to keep it from falling. And pretty much like if you saw someone down below, you'd like knock out the sticks, it would tumble, crush them, steal their stuff. Pretty messed up stuff, but that's what bandits do. And like this is all supposed to be like fictional lore to the world. Obviously you can't do any of this, but you know, it was cool. This was like the little camping area. These are like sleeping bags and stuff. I have a tendency to leave crafting benches behind. And then if you go down here, I just had another one right here, another camping site. There was other sleeping bags, but they might have burned away. I didn't really factor in the nether, like the nether rack burning. And I want to say that's it. I don't think I did much else. I don't think I built anything in the nether. I don't even know, do I have a nether portal in this world? I just realized I went through this entire world and I didn't find a nether portal. I don't know, maybe I missed some stuff, but I'm honestly not sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please do leave a like. Let me know like if I did forget anything, because I'm curious if I did. Because that's like fun, because I obviously had to go to the nether to get some netherrack, but I didn't recall seeing a nether portal, so that's something else. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. Next episode should be my creative world. That's going to be probably like a 3-parter maybe, if not more. It could be 2, depending on how long I make it, but that's going to be definitely a lengthy episode because there's a lot to cover in my creative world, and I tend to talk a lot, so, you know, good for you guys. You guys get to see more stuff and things like that, but yeah. And like I said, a lot of these builds were in Things to Build in Minecraft, so if you have an interest on any of them, you know, be sure to just kind of pull that up. Playlist has like 200, almost 250 videos in the whole playlist, so there's plenty to kind of go through, learn about what to play, or what to build. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.